Hey guys, this is Mountain Walk, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about the recent bannings in Modern. And this is, I mean, pretty much. I don't think most people were surprised by this, especially after the recent, it was a GP, I think, where it was half the top 8 was Ironworks. I mean, if you look at Matt Nass's performance with the deck, just unbelievable. I mean, truly unbelievable. So it's not a surprise. So yeah, Ironworks is banned. Rip in pieces. But deck I think it's just too good, especially after they printed Kci, the Thopter guy, and because like even if they have crap in play, like they have a Stony Silence or whatever, you just keep playing stuff and cantripping or whatever, and then drawing into more artifacts, play more artifacts to make more Thopters. That's it. That's all she wrote. It's very reminiscent of Monastery Mentor, which I believe is more or less pushed Miracles over the edge. I mean, probably already the best deck in the format at that point, but Mentor is very similar in this respect to Kci. They just did too good, did too much for very little cost, and they let the decks dodge whatever pieces of hate or whatever that were aimed at them. So yeah, that's no one expected this, or excuse me, no one did not expect this. No one's taken by surprise. Even people that didn't want the card banned were probably like, okay. I was definitely on the fence for a while, but looking at how good the deck is and like its conversion rate for day 2, which is pretty silly, and just how much it can, the hate just doesn't even matter half the time. And just because like the numbers would be better, but it's such a difficult deck to play with all the weird sort of rules interactions and this, the Ironworks is a mana ability, so you can sack all your stuff to get mana, and only then is after you sack all the things, then you can, your triggers go on the stack and you can start returning stuff with Mirror Retriever, Scrap Trawler and stuff. And so it's pretty dumb, it's pretty unintuitive, and it's very confusing for other people to deal with. And typically I don't think that's enough to obviously get something banned because it's not intuitive or whatever, but it is definitely a little wonky, and it's just too strong, and it is hard to understand for a lot of people. So it does create a lot of extra time, not only during the combo turns, but just judge calls and being like, is this legal, is this not? And it's really easy to screw up because there's a lot of things going on all the time, a lot of triggers. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. This is a fine ban. I don't think anyone's really upset by it, and now I'll be able to get my foil ones. I really like. I played the Kci deck, or at least the version that they had in standard, like in Mirrored and Block. That was sweet, because you got to play your artifact lands, and you won with like Mirror Incubator, usually, or like a Charbelcher. That's okay too. But yeah, you just removed all your artifact lands, and then bam, you got piles and piles of mirror tokens, which was so sweet. It was super fun. I really like that deck. Man, that was a sweet deck. But yeah, no more. But like I said, it'll be cheap, so I guess it's good for commander players that want cheaper access to these cards, and that's fine. That's a hidden upside too, and they went to a lot of real depth of why they banned it and what are the cards they could have banned. Obviously Stirring's a Mox Opal, but those cards enabled more decks than they really were pushing out of the metagame. So they just hit the card that made the deck really function, because it's just miserable to play against and watch and whatever. So KCO was definitely the correct choice. So definitely a good day. I really wish we had this kind of thing for other formats. Like, we banned this in Legacy, and this is this and this and that and the other, and here's the other cards we're looking at, and all this other stuff. But we just don't get that, because obviously they just don't care enough about it. Not even that they don't test it, but the fact that they don't really put any sort of effort into it is a little unfortunate. But it is what it is, right? Got to deal with the hand you got. So, but they did talk a little bit about Pauper, and then sort of fix the Pauper ban list with some weird stuff online, with some cards that were uncommons but were available as promos that you couldn't play but they weren't banned. So this is kind of a weird situation there. Talked a little bit about Foil and Gush and Pauper, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. So it's really good, really good. This is good PR for Wizards. This is just a good decision. I really, it'd be nice if they unbanned something like Stoneforge Mystic. That would have been nice. Or, something like Pod or whatever. Pod would have been sweet. That would have been fun. I don't think any of those cards would really have a negative effect on the modern metagame, if even they would even be like a blip, So that's okay. That's okay. Still pretty sweet. Apparently next announcement on March 11th. I don't know why. I don't think any set's coming out that early. I think War of the Spark is supposed to come out in April-ish, and I think the band announcements are like the Monday after the pre-release, so I don't know why it's the 11th of March. It's a little confusing to me, so I'm trying to figure out, I don't know, maybe there's something I'm missing. If you guys know, if you guys are geniuses, just tell me in the comments or something. I couldn't figure it out. So I don't know, more band restricted announcements are good. I always really look forward to them. Every time they always come up like, ooh, this could be interesting, And also, I guess as a minor side note, nothing changed on the Commander band list either. So all the EDH stuff is exactly the same, which is fine. I don't know, there's nothing in there that, like, I guess there are cards I'd like to play with. But for the most part, I guess it's just nothing really that should be unbanned off the top of my head. Well. It is what it is. So, pretty good day. Modern's a little bit better. At least all the other linear decks seem to be affected at least by the hate cards you board in against them, whereas not the case with KCI for the most part. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, not much else to say. I'll put a link for all this good stuff down in the description, of course. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, thanks for tuning in, guys, and have a great day.